Beyond gut feel, how AI-powered psychological profiling and injury prevention maximizes asset performance and ROI. The AI revolution in football, a new era of performance and strategy. Artificial intelligence, AI, is rapidly transforming the world of football, soccer, impacting everything from player performance and training to scouting and transfer strategies. The global AI sports market is projected to reach $3.45 billion by 2032, reflecting a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 15.90%. This surge is driven primarily by the increasing need for data-driven decision-making in sports organizations, who are leveraging AI to optimize performance and strategy. AI-powered tools, for example, are increasingly utilized for video analysis, scouting, and training, enabling coaches and athletes to make informed decisions based on real-time data. For instance, professional football clubs use AI-powered video analysis tools to assess player movements and make tactical decisions, providing insights previously unattainable. AI is also revolutionizing fan engagement by offering personalized and interactive immersive experiences, enhancing the overall viewing experience. The integration of AI brings unprecedented opportunities for competitive advantage, but it also introduces new vulnerabilities. The sheer volume and sensitivity of athlete performance metrics, psychological profiles, and injury data make these organizations prime targets for sophisticated cyber attacks. A proactive and comprehensive cybersecurity strategy, incorporating modern frameworks like Secure Access Service Edge, is no longer optional, but a fundamental requirement for protecting these valuable digital assets. Furthermore, navigating the complex landscape of data sovereignty, privacy regulations, e.g. the GDPR in Europe and a patchwork of state laws in the US, and emerging AI legislation is crucial for maintaining legal compliance and building trust with athletes and stakeholders. Ignoring these critical aspects create legal risks that can lead to catastrophic consequences. A significant data breach, for example, could expose sensitive athlete information, leading to legal penalties, reputational damage, and a loss of trust among players and fans. Similarly, failing to adhere to data sovereignty laws could result in severe fines and operational disruptions. Therefore, a holistic approach that integrates AI adoption with stringent cybersecurity measures and comprehensive legal compliance is paramount for long-term success and sustainability in the elite sports sector. Moreover, owners and C-suite executives must heighten their cyber and data protection knowledge and invest in these crucial safeguards, not merely as a cost center, but as a strategic imperative. Why? It's about protecting the organization's most valuable assets, its players, brand, and reputation, in an increasingly digital and interconnected world. By embracing a proactive stance on cybersecurity and legal compliance, sports properties can unlock the full potential of AI while mitigating the inherent risks, ensuring a secure and sustainable path to future success. Psychological profiling, unlocking the mental game. The application of AI in psychological profiling offers a revolutionary approach to understanding and enhancing the mental resilience and performance of elite athletes. By analyzing data from wearable technology and psychometric assessments, AI algorithms can identify patterns and insights into crucial psychological factors such as motivation, stress management, focus, and emotional regulation. This allows for tailored professional interventions and support, optimizing mental preparedness for peak performance. However, the intimate nature of this psychological data necessitates the highest levels of data privacy and security. Access to this sensitive information must be strictly managed and controlled, and data processing must adhere to stringent privacy regulations like GDPR, which classifies health data as a special category requiring enhanced protection. Furthermore, as AI algorithms become more sophisticated in analyzing these datasets, questions around data sovereignty, where the data is stored and processed, become increasingly important. Sports organizations must ensure that their data handling, management, and protection practices comply with the legal frameworks of the jurisdictions in which they operate and where their athletes reside. The use of AI in this domain also raises potential ethical considerations and the need for transparency with athletes regarding how their psychological data is being collected, analyzed, and used. Obtaining clear and informed consent from the data subject is vital. Moreover, as AI-powered mental health tools evolve, it's crucial to consider potential future AI legislation that might govern the use of such technologies, particularly concerning bias in algorithms and the potential for misuse of sensitive personal data. Therefore, while the benefits of AI-driven psychological profiling are significant, elite sports organizations must prioritize building a secure and legally compliant infrastructure to manage this sensitive data. This includes implementing robust cybersecurity measures, adhering to data sovereignty principles, and staying abreast of evolving data privacy and AI regulations. Failure to do so could not only lead to legal repercussions, but also erode the trust and confidence of their athletes and global brand. Enhancing physical performance and preventing injuries. AI's transformative impact on physical performance enhancement and injury prevention is undeniable. The projected growth of AI in the sports market will rise to $29.7 billion by 2032. This is fueled by the ability of AI to analyze vast datasets of biomechanical data, training loads, and physiological responses to optimize training regimes and, importantly, identify early indicators of potential injuries. This data-driven approach can lead to significant improvements in athlete performance and a reduction in costly injuries, often reducing an athlete's longevity and earning potential. However, the collection and analysis of this detailed physical performance and health data falls squarely within the realm of data privacy regulations. Wearable devices and other tracking technologies generate a continuous stream of personal data that requires careful handling in accordance with laws like GDPR and other similar laws and regulations in countries across the globe. Elite sports organizations must therefore ensure they have a lawful basis for processing this data, especially if it's special category data. Implement appropriate security measures to prevent unauthorized access and provide athletes with clear, specific, informed, and unambiguous information about how their data is being used. Further, athletes must also be informed of their right to withdraw consent at any time, and notably, consent should cover all processing activities and purposes. Furthermore, the international nature of sports necessitates a deep understanding of data sovereignty. For instance, where is performance and health data being stored and processed? Does it travel across international borders? If so, organizations must ensure compliance with the data transfer regulations of the relevant jurisdictions. This might involve implementing specific data localization measures or relying on legally sound transfer mechanisms. Further, the complexity increases with the potential for AI algorithms used in analysis to be developed and hosted in different countries, raising further questions about data access and control. To fully leverage the benefits of AI in this area while mitigating risks, sports organizations must adopt a security and privacy by design approach. This means integrating robust cybersecurity measures, adhering to data sovereignty principles, and embedding data privacy considerations into every stage of their AI-driven performance and injury prevention programs. This proactive approach is not just about maintaining compliance, it's about building a sustainable and ethical framework for utilizing AI to enhance athlete well-being and performance. Data analytics and the evolution of player transfers. The application of AI-powered data analytics is revolutionizing player transfers, moving beyond subjective assessments to data-driven evaluations of player potential and fit. By analyzing vast datasets of player statistics, match footage, and even physiological data, AI can provide objective insights into a player's performance, potential impact, and suitability for a specific team. This leads to more informed transfer decisions and a higher return on investment, as evidenced by the success of Premier League football clubs like Brentford FC and Liverpool FC, who have embraced data-driven recruitment strategies. More specifically, AI systems can assess a player's impact on a team's goal difference, simulate their performance in different leagues, and provide objective data to inform transfer decisions. This helps clubs make more informed investments and ensures a higher return on investment (ROI). The use of data analysis has demonstrated a significant impact on player recruitment, with more sophisticated and forward-thinking clubs using data-driven approaches to scout and find talented players. Further, data analysis is used to flag potential players for each position that fit with the structural ways the manager wants the team to play. These players are then monitored, either on video or in person, and their statistics are compared with other potential recruits and with players the club already owns contractually in the same position. Transfer Lab, a scouting software owned by sports data services company Analytics FC, includes over 90,000 players in the men's game and over 5,000 from the women's game, making the data easier to understand. Machine learning and natural language processing, NLP, have found diverse applications in sports analytics, particularly in predicting player transfers and assessing performance. Key predictive features such as a player's market value, age and timing of the transfer window are identified to discern the credibility of transfer news. Again, however, the data used in these AI-powered scouting platforms often includes personal information about players, such as performance statistics, contract details, and often sensitive medical and health information. Hence, the collection, storage, and processing of this data must correspondingly comply with data privacy regulations. Organizations involved in player transfers, including clubs, scouting agencies, and data providers, must ensure they have, as referenced above, a legal basis for processing this data and implement appropriate security measures to prevent unauthorized access or disclosure. The international nature of player transfers further complicates the data sovereignty landscape. Player data may originate from and be transferred across multiple jurisdictions with varying data protection laws. Consequently, sports organizations involved in global player recruitment must navigate these complex legal frameworks to ensure compliance. Understanding the data transfer requirements of different countries and implementing appropriate safeguards is indeed a necessity. Furthermore, as AI algorithms play an increasing role in evaluating players and determining their market value, questions around algorithmic transparency and fairness may arise, potentially falling under future AI legislation and regulatory regimes. Ensuring that these AI systems are free from bias and that their decision-making processes are understandable will be crucial for maintaining fairness and trust within the transfer market. Therefore, a robust cybersecurity framework coupled with a deep understanding of data privacy, data sovereignty, and emerging AI regulations is essential for elite sports organizations to ethically and effectively leverage AI in player transfers. The Manchester United case study, a cautionary tale. The recent performance and transfer strategies of Manchester United serve as a compelling case study, highlighting the potential pitfalls of neglecting a data-driven approach in player recruitment. Their recent struggles, often attributed to a lack of cohesive strategy and inconsistent player acquisitions, underscore the importance of moving beyond traditional scouting methods and embracing the insights offered by AI-powered data analytics. The club's experience demonstrates that relying solely on reputation or gut feeling in the transfer market can lead to poor ROI, hinder on-field success, and damage revenue streams, e.g. Failure to qualify for the Champions League directly shrinks broadcasting revenues substantially and weakens future negotiation power with commercial sponsors. However, even as organizations like Manchester United potentially shift towards a more data-centric approach, they must do so with a strong emphasis on cybersecurity and legal compliance. The vast amounts of player data they would need to collect and analyze, including performance metrics, scouting reports, and potentially medical information, are subject to stringent data privacy regulations. Implementing robust security measures to protect this sensitive data from breaches and unauthorized access is paramount. Furthermore, as Manchester United operates in a global market, they must also be mindful of data sovereignty issues. When scouting and recruiting players from different countries, the data involved may be subject to various legal frameworks regarding where it can be stored and processed. Understanding and adhering to these regulations is crucial for avoiding legal penalties and maintaining international compliance. Finally, as AI plays a larger role in their recruitment processes, Manchester United, like all elite sports organisations, must educate themselves on emerging AI legislation. This could include regulations around algorithmic bias in player evaluation models and the need for transparency in how these systems make decisions. A proactive approach to understanding and complying with these evolving legal landscapes will be essential for ensuring the ethical and effective use of AI in their future transfer strategies. The Manchester United case serves as a potent reminder that embracing the data revolution requires not only adopting AI tools, but also building a secure and legally sound foundation for their operation. The inevitable data-driven future. The trajectory of elite sports is undeniably towards a future where data drives virtually every aspect of operations, from player development and tactical planning to fan engagement and commercial strategies. The projected surge of global AI in the sports market to $65 billion by 2032 underscores this fundamental shift. Organizations that fail to embrace this data-driven paradigm risk being left behind in an increasingly competitive landscape. AI-powered tools analyze biomechanical data to identify injury risks and recommend personalized training regimens. The rising demand for enhanced fan engagement is also driving the adoption of AI, with sports organizations leveraging AI to create hyper-personalized experiences. AI is inexorably transforming the way sports content is created and managed, making it more dynamic and engaging for audiences. The increasing reliance on data-driven decision-making in sports is undoubtedly a significant driver of AI adoption. Sports teams and organizations, for example, are leveraging AI to analyze vast amounts of data related to player performance, game strategies, and opponent tendencies. AI is revolutionizing fan engagement by offering personalized and interactive experiences. The predictive systems analyze game plans and injury hazards, providing coaches and players with data-driven choices. AI data and analytics from wearable devices and optical tracking cameras on the training and game day pitch allows teams to measure player efficiency as well as protect their athletes from injuries before they happen. However, this data-rich future necessitates an equally robust commitment to cybersecurity. The aggregation of vast amounts of sensitive athlete data, fan information, and commercial intelligence creates a significant target for nefarious cybercriminals. Implementing a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy, ideally leveraging a Secure Access Service Edge framework, is crucial. Secure Access Service Edge integrates network security functions, like firewalls, intrusion detection, and secure web gateways, with Wide Area Network, WAN, capabilities into single, cloud-delivered service. This provides secure access to data and applications from anywhere, which is essential in the increasingly distributed environment of modern sports organizations. The data-driven future of elite sports is incredibly promising, but its success hinges on a parallel commitment to robust cybersecurity, comprehensive legal compliance, and ethical AI implementation. Data privacy, a paramount concern. The escalating reliance on athlete data in elite sports elevates data privacy from a peripheral concern to a core strategic imperative. Sports teams, leagues, agents, and venues are collecting an unprecedented volume of personal information, ranging from physiological metrics and performance data to psychological profiles and even biometric data. This treasure trove of data, while offering significant opportunities for performance optimization and strategic advantage, also presents substantial privacy risks. Minimizing those risks requires that a data controller, e.g. sports organization, who determines the purposes and means of the processing of personal data, comply with data governance regulations, such as provisions of GDPR, which requires that the data is processed lawfully. In 2018, the GDPR went into effect, protecting an individual's personal data within the European Union, EU. Under the GDPR, personal data is broadly defined as any information relating to an identified or identifiable natural person, and processing is described as any operation or set of operations which is performed on personal data or on sets of personal data. AI use in sports falls under the definition of processing as it often involves operations that collect sets, aka tranches, of athletes' personal data. Many athletes, your players, however, are unaware of the full range and granularity of personal data being generated about themselves, the purposes of the collection by the organization, whether there is a lawful basis to do so, or the many ways it is being used or sold. Sports organizations accordingly must exercise transparency and increase standards to govern the collection, processing, protection, and use of athlete-player data, especially special category, e.g. health, genetic, and biometric data. Ensuring robust privacy protocols, including that the data collected is used for its defined, agreed upon, and intended purpose, is crucial. Although progress has been made, the governance, management, and protection of data in sport requires more legal evolution, transparency, clarity, and examination of rights, responsibilities, and control over data collection, use, disclosure, privacy, monetization, and third-party access. Protecting athlete data is not just about avoiding fines. It's about building trust, maintaining a positive reputation, and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the organization. Cybersecurity, protecting valuable assets. The wealth of performance and injury data collected on elite players represents a valuable asset for sports clubs. However, this data is also a prime target for cybercriminals. A targeted data breach could have devastating consequences, potentially leaking sensitive information to betting markets, nefarious actors, or disrupting high-value transfer deals. The vast troves of performance, injury, and personal data amassed by elite sports organizations represent incredibly valuable assets, offering insights that can drive competitive advantage and inform strategic decisions. However, this wealth of information also makes these organizations prime targets for sophisticated cyber attacks. A successful data breach can have catastrophic consequences, ranging from the leakage of sensitive player information to betting markets and the disruption of high-value transfer deals. Sports clubs and organizations need to be alert to the spiraling AI-augmented threats and start to think how to best address them. With players' and clubs' livelihoods at the center of the sports data, the need to embed those requisite technical and organizational measures of protection must be at the forefront of the minds of those in charge of it. Implementing robust cybersecurity best practices, therefore, is not just a technical necessity, but a fundamental business imperative. A modern cybersecurity strategy should ideally incorporate a Secure Access Service Edge framework. Secure Access Service Edge provides a unified, cloud-delivered security architecture that converges network security functions with OEN capabilities. This is particularly crucial in the distributed environment of elite sports, where data and users may be located anywhere in the world. Secure Access Service Edge ensures secure access to applications and data, regardless of the user's location or the device they are using, while also simplifying security management. Key components of a Secure Access Service Edge framework relevant to elite sports organizations include secure web gateways, SWG, to protect against web-based threats, cloud access security brokers, CASB, to secure cloud applications, Zero Trust Network Access, ZTNA, to provide secure remote access based on identity and context, and Firewall as a Service, FWaaS, to provide advanced threat protection. Implementing these technologies, along with robust data encryption, multi-factor authentication, and regular security audits, is essential for building a resilient security posture. Furthermore, cybersecurity in the age of AI also requires specific considerations, such as protecting the AI models themselves from adversarial attacks, ensuring the integrity of the data used to train these models, and securing the infrastructure on which they operate are all indispensable. As the cloud sports security market continues its significant growth, sports organizations must proactively invest in and implement cutting-edge cybersecurity solutions to safeguard their most valuable assets in an increasingly complex threat landscape. Insider threats and employee awareness. While external cyber attacks often dominate headlines, insider threats, whether malicious or unintentional, pose a significant risk to the sensitive data held by elite sports organizations. Uninformed, disgruntled, or negligent employees can inadvertently expose valuable information through actions like clicking on phishing links, using weak passwords, or mishandling sensitive data. Therefore, a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy must extend beyond technological solutions to include robust employee training and awareness programs. Educating employees about data security best practices, including recognizing phishing attempts, creating strong passwords, hence and handling sensitive information appropriately, and understanding the organization's security policies is crucial for mitigating the risk of insider threats. Regular and engaging literacy and training sessions, coupled with clear and accessible security guidelines, can significantly reduce the likelihood of human error leading to data breaches. This is particularly important given the complex network of privacy laws governing athlete health data and the increasing concerns around biometric data. Privacy. Furthermore, implementing strong access controls and the principle of least privilege is essential. Employees should only have access to the data and systems necessary to perform their specific job functions. This limits the potential damage that a compromised account or a malicious insider can cause. Regular reviews of access privileges and prompt removal of access for departing employees are also critical security hygiene practices. The increasing use of data-driven fan engagement strategies, with stadiums employing technologies that gather significant amounts of fan data, also necessitates employee training on the proper handling and protection of this information. Stadium operators need to ensure that employees interacting with fan data are aware of privacy regulations and security protocols. As emerging technologies like neuro and brain health tracking introduce new privacy concerns, ongoing employee education will be vital to ensure responsible data handling practices across the entire organization. Balancing innovation and responsibility. AI offers tremendous potential to enhance performance, improve decision-making, and revolutionize the world of football. However, it's crucial to proceed with caution and prioritize data privacy and security. The ever-increasing volume of data being collected, along with more stringent data protection regulations, has presented the sports sector with significant challenges. By implementing market best practices and robust cybersecurity measures, however, the football industry can harness the power of AI responsibly and ethically, ensuring a bright and data-driven future for the sport. Compliant sports organizations must, for example, obtain explicit consent from users before collecting personal data. Transparency also is essential, as users must be fully informed about how their data is being collected, stored, used, shared, and sometimes sold. Moreover, legal frameworks like the GDPR demand that organizations only collect the data that's necessary for specific purposes and retain it only for as long as necessary. Also, the increased use of mobile apps, cloud platforms, and AI-driven tools heightens the risk of data breaches. When cyber attacks do happen, its consequences can lead to unauthorized access to sensitive personal and performance data. Conclusion. The integration of AI and machine learning in sports to analyze data, optimize marketing, and provide personalized experiences opens up countless opportunities. It presents unique legal and ethical challenges too, however. There's a growing need for regulations to govern how AI models process personal data to ensure fairness, accountability, and non-discrimination. At a fundamental basis, the use of AI by sports organizations must align with the GDPR's principles of personal data use, ensuring that all processing is conducted in a lawful, fair, and transparent way. About the authors. Michael Clohisy has an extensive legal and commercial background and international experience within the global sports industry. Michael is affiliated with London-based legal services and intelligence provider Quintel Intelligence Limited. His past experience includes executive and legal positions with private mediation and arbitration firm JAMS, International Digital Business Transformation Company, Publicis Sapient. Asset manager State Street Global Advisors, SSGA, and Boston area law firm Spillane and Maroka LLP. Michael also served as an NFL player agent for 14 years. He is based in Boston and is engaged with sports clients across the globe. Michael currently provides counsel to corporate and individual clients and legal matters involving sports tech, data governance, compliance, privacy and protection, enforcement and protection of athletes' IP, publicity, name, image, likeness, NIL, and image rights, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, NCAA. Online harms including defamation, AI-generated deepfakes, and disinformation campaigns, reputation and crisis management, the NFL and its Players Association, NFLPA, EU and UK football players and clubs, mediations, arbitration hearings, sports integrity and anti-doping, and gambling enterprises. David Andrew is the founder and managing partner at TIAKI, a niche consulting practice helping executive leadership in sport make confident, informed decisions on their risks, investments, and business outcomes, powered by secure data at scale. He collaborates with bold and determined leaders in the sports ecosystem to define their data, AI, and cybersecurity strategies to deliver sustainable value. David's vision for TIAKI is to empower sports franchise CEOs, leadership teams, sports media broadcasters, and investors in the global sports industry with strategic advisory frameworks to deliver secure, pioneering digital fan experiences and new ecosystem business models to achieve breakthrough returns. David has over 20 years of strategy and technology-enabled business transformation experience, providing consulting expertise in cloud-native technologies, data strategy, digital business enablement, and cybersecurity strategy. He is passionate about helping talented leadership teams succeed in securely growing their differentiated business models in the data-driven digital sports economy. Based in Stockholm, David previously worked for IBM Consulting, EY Accenture Strategy, and Orange Business. He studied chemistry at Durham University and holds an MBA from Trinity College, Dublin Business School. Copyright 2025 TIAKI, all rights reserved. TIAKI and its logo are registered trademarks of TIAKI.